It is July the 25th, 2024. We do have a small MLB slate today, so I'm going to give you two winners today in the MLB and one of my first Olympic best bets. Let's get into it for today. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and we're just trying to make that money. Making money, that's not what we did yesterday. We lost the money. After we had a full sweep the day before, 3-0, we had a full fade yesterday, 0-3 on the day. You hate to see that. Dodgers on the run line, they get smacked. They don't get it done there. Our next bet, Mitchell Parker, didn't even get out of the third inning. I think he only pitched 3 innings, 9 outs. We needed like 15. He sucked. He gave up like 7 runs. And then we got Vladdy right. Dude continues to crush it. We got Teoscar wrong. Teoscar didn't get a single hit yesterday. So it was a really bad day yesterday. 0-3 on the day. Hate to see it. So hopefully today we can bounce back. It is a small card today. So we are going to tread a little bit lightly. We're not going to go too crazy. Just 2 MLB best bets that are going to happen a little bit later on in the day. And then I also am going to trickle in an Olympic best bet for you that I actually am tailing from somebody that had a really good read that I want us to be able to share in together. So let's dive into these winners for today. For our first best bet of the day, not a ton of games on in the MLB today, especially later games. A lot of the games are early, so if you do want a few picks and plays in the early games, click the link in the description, join the free Discord group. But to get us going in the evening, let's go with the Nerfy here, and we're going to go with the Mets and the Braves. No run in the first inning, -140 odds. So it is a little bit juice, but listen, we don't really have a lot to choose from today, especially when we're talking about good Nerfies. And when you look at the numbers, this Nerfy might surprise you because Chris Sale this year for the Braves to the Nerfy, he's actually 10-8. He hasn't been that strong in the first inning, believe it or not. Meanwhile, Luis Severino for the Mets has been very strong, 17-2 for the Nerfy. But the reason why I still like Chris Sale, even though he's almost or just a little bit over 500 to the Nerfy, is because the Mets are over 75% hit rate to the Nerfy on the offensive side of the ball. So they don't score a lot of runs in the first inning, and actually they haven't scored a run in the first inning in 10 straight games. Meanwhile, Luis Severino has not given up a run in the first inning in 8 straight games. So I really like that. The Braves traveled yesterday after having their second half of the doubleheader rained out. They now have to travel to New York. They might get off to a little bit of a slow start. We're going with the Nerfy here. Chris Sale, Luis Severino. A little bit of juice that we got to lay here, but it's only 6 outs. Let's sweat it out as our first best bet of the day. Now for our second best bet of the day, let's go for a quick little hitter parlay. You can probably know who I'm going to go with, Mr. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., but I'm going to throw in Freddie Freeman today instead of Teoscar Hernandez. Parlay those two together. That gets you to -118 odds. So I still really like this line here because, I mean, if you've been tapped into the channel, then you know we've been taking Vladdy. He's been absolutely on fire. Dude has been on a tear. He's been killing it. He had another home run yesterday. That's 5 home runs in the last 6 games. So if you want to take his hits, runs, RBIs, it's a little bit juice at like -145. I'm not opposed to that. If you want to take his home runs, I'm not opposed to that. His total bases, that plus value, you can take that as well. But you kind of have to depend on him getting a double or 2 hits. So that's the reason why I'm going with the 1+ hit here, or I would go with the hit run RBI. Vladdy has had at least 1 hit in 21 of the last 25 games. And another reason why we've been taking him thus far in this series against the Rays, he's faced these opposing pitchers several times. It's a very common opponent because it's a division opponent. And now he's facing Taj Bradley, who's a pitch to contact guy. And 8 appearances, Vladdy does have a home run off for him to go with a .375 batting average. So not too bad, especially for the form that Vladdy's in at home. Give me him to get a hit. And then Freddie Freeman is another guy that I'm looking to get a hit because he's just been very solid this year. He's been Mr. Consistent. He's finding his form at the plate, and the Dodgers need that, especially with no Mookie Betts in the lineup. He's batting .305 at home. He's batting .313 against right-handed pitching. And then when you also keep in mind that, again, this is another divisional matchup, so he's had a lot of experience facing Logan Webb. In his career, in 36 plate appearances, he's batting close to .450 against Logan Webb. So that's a lot of consistency. That's a lot of times you've seen him. That's a lot of game film to go off of. Both of these guys to get a hit, I'm not too mad at it. -118 odds. Let's get that for our second best bet of the day. For our third and final best bet of the day, I do have a few Olympic bets I'm going to be trickling out over the next few days as we're trying to get some mix it up with just baseball, right? And my first Olympic best bet that I'm going to go with is actually going to be a tailed bet. So there's a guy on Twitter. He's also a part of the First Class Discord community. His name is Bets by Stevie. If you've never tapped into some of his plays, you should. He's pretty pretty good. I've watched some of his plays, I tail some of his plays, or I even just monitor, see how he's been doing. And he put out a pick in the Olympics that I really like, that I agree with. I love his write-up, so I'm going to tail it here. I'm going to give it to you guys here. But again, this is Bets by Stevie's pick, so I'm not going to take credit for this, but I will add it to the record since I'm adding it to the show. The bet that we're going to go with is the French national volleyball team to get a medal. So they don't have to get gold, they don't have to get silver, they don't have to get bronze, they just have to get one of the medal. And that's plus 160 odds on FanDuel. Now, Bets by Stevie said that on certain books that he's seeing this at like minus 135 on certain books. So we're getting really good value at this on FanDuel. Now, the reason why he likes the French national team to get a medal here is for a few different reasons, and this is something I can agree with. The first thing is they obviously are the host nation, right? Being the host nation, you do get a little bit of an advantage, especially in those sports where you have that like a big arena type feel and vibe. The indoor volleyball is one of those things that you get that in. But when you also keep in mind that this French team has actually won the gold medal in 2020, they're looking now to defend that crown in this Olympics, and they're on home soil. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to at least get a medal here. Then when you keep in mind that they do it kind of similar to basketball, so they put all the teams in a group stage first, then after that they move to the knockout stage, well, they have the easiest group out of all the teams. And why do we say it's the easiest group? Because they have the best odds to advance out of the group. They're the biggest favorite in their group. So that's another reason why the French national team is looking really good to get a medal, because they're not going to face a lot of competition on the front end that should knock them out early, right? Keep in mind that the tournament starts in 2 days. On July the 27th, it's kicks off at like 3 a.m. So you'll probably be asleep. So you're going to want to lock this one in now. The French national team literally just came off of a tournament at the FIVB Men's Volleyball Nations League. And in that tournament, they beat some pretty good opponents. They won 6 of their last 8 matches coming into the Olympics. And they beat Poland, they beat Japan, and they beat Italy. Why do those teams matter? Because those 3 teams are currently ranked number 1, number 2, number 3 in the world. So they're coming into this tournament with a lot of momentum. The fact that they just beat the top 3 teams in the world, and now they're trying to defend the Olympic gold that they got last time. There's no reason why they should not just be able to, at the very least, get a bronze medal. You may want to sprinkle some maybe on the silver, on the gold at better odds value, but here, plus 160 on FanDuel for them to get a medal, and considering how they've been consistently, there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to do that out on home soil this time. Give me the French volleyball national team to get a medal. Shout out to Bets by Stevie for putting me onto this play. Oh, that's it for me today, my friends. 3 best bets, 3 winners that we're giving to you guys on this Thursday card. We're going to go with the Nerfy and the Mets and Braves game. We're going to go with Vladdy and Freddie Freeman to both get a hit. And then we're also going to take the French national team to get a medal in the volleyball sport at the Olympic Games. That starts in 2 days. So you're going to want to lock that one in on FanDuel to get the best odds value. For more picks and plays I'm dropping throughout the day, click the link in the description, join the free Discord group, and I've got you guys. Let's get to that chat, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Later, guys.